Week 12, the Elite Waiver Wire ads is here, and these players can solidify your team to become championship tier. But first, welcome to the playlist. Thank you for kicking it. I am Jimsy, and this is Fantasy on Repeat. And real quick as well, if you want fast, straight to the point, fantasy advice every single week, hit subscribe. And now, let's get into the Week 12 Elite Waiver Wire ads. The first player we're going to talk about is Sean Tucker, who's rostered at 28%, and he was in my mustache video, but here we go again. It's Sean Tucker time, and he had a massive week 11. His LinkedIn profile said he is open to work, and they gave him all that work. Bucky Irving's still out, 6 games missed. His return is not guaranteed, although he is practicing. But Tucker keeps on rising, man. His workload has been ramping up. His yards are increasing every single week, and the cat's out of the bag now, man. He blew up. He had 19 big carries, 106 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, and wait, there is more. Plus, he had some receiving work. He had 34 yards and another touchdown there. And the backfield takeover, Rashad had 10 touches, Tucker had 19. It's straight up so obvious who took that role, and that was a soft matchup. The Bills' run defense, they are bottom of the league. They allow 147 yards on average, but Tucker smashed that. He's an explosive playmaker, and it showed. He had a 43-yard touchdown. He hit 21 miles per hour. It's not no Michael Scott, but still, he got some juice. This is not a fluke. This is not a random week. The signs of a breakout were there, and it was brewing, and it finally happened. He had a huge fantasy spike. He had 34 points scored, his best game ever. Add him now. You got to ride this momentum. Volume plus talent. The upside is real. Sean Tucker. And the next player we're going to talk about is going to be Michael Wilson, who's rostered at 35%. This is another player who had a career breakout game. He had 18 targets thrown his way. 15 catches were snagged, and 185 receiving yards. Marvin Harrison was out. The wide receiver one workload was unlocked, and the door swung wide open, and Wilson stepped right in. Brissett trusts him. The chemistry is building super fast. The QB is praising him. He got hands. He has routes. He has poise. And his boy got some skills, man. His ball tracking is elite. His contested catching is mastered. He reaches beyond his frame. He wins through tough battles. His route running is sharp. There's just so much I can talk about with Michael Wilson. With the opportunity ahead, Michael Wilson is going to be the wide receiver one for as long as we can see until Harrison is out. We'll see how long he's going to be out for. But week 11 proved that he can do big things. The chemistry with Brissett, the extra time is going to matter. Wilson is going to be the preferred target. Dortch is going to be limited in the slot. Wilson will play outside. He's going to be the clear top receiver there. So the fantasy upside is just going to be huge. His elite fantasy traits were put on display. That means he can have even more big fantasy outputs in the future. So Michael Wilson, y'all. And the next player on the list is going to be Kenneth Gainwell, who's rostered at 53%. And dude, he's a high upside handcuff. Massive breakout potential. Jalen Warren is injured, and the ankle status is unclear. Although he's like, yo, I can come back in at any time, but I'm just chilling. So we saw what happened last time when Jalen Warren went out. Kenneth Gainwell popped off, though. So this role can expand, especially now that Aaron Rodgers is injured. They got Mason Rudolph in there, who can maybe wants to be the dump-off king now and just could be passing to his running backs just to get some yardage. We'll keep it very short and simple for Kenneth Gainwell. He had 7 catches as a running back. He had 81 yards gained. He had 2 receiving touchdowns. He dropped 29 points. That is monstrous, and just why wouldn't you want that on your squad? He's done this before. He already dropped 31 points earlier this season. So the RB1 upside is just so high with Kenneth Gainwell. So just monitor how Jalen Warren is doing. And if he's out, Kenneth Gainwell is just an automatic start. It's a high value stash. Don't sleep on him. Add Kenneth Gainwell to your squad. Going into the next player who was just very similar to the Kenneth Gainwell is going to be Emanuel Wilson, who's rostered at 13%. But he's the next man up, and Josh Jacobs was injured. We don't know the extent of that knee injury, and so the starter role is just wide open right now, and Wilson became the bell cow. When Josh Jacobs went out, man, he had 70% of the snaps. That's a heavy workload incoming, and the coaches do trust him. He can be the lead back at any moment. He's a decisive downhill runner. He has great vision. He was undrafted, but he's still dangerous. He has the pass catching ability. 3 down potential is unlocked. He has a safe PPR floor and sneaky big upside. And if you didn't know, he had 13.9 fantasy points on 11 touches. 1 touchdown, that is high efficiency, and he proved that. Even earlier in this year, when he had a limited role, he had a few touches, but he was still super efficient, and he still dropped double-digit points with those limited touches. So we definitely know that his ceiling is real, and the same thing with Jalen Warren. You want to check out how Josh Jacobs is. If he's out, you put Emanuel Wilson in like it's nothing, and he's going to pop off for you. Don't wait around for him. This has league-winning upside with both Kenneth Gainwell and Emanuel Wilson. And the next person on the list for the elite ads is going to be Brock Purdy. He's rostered at 60%. Brock Purdy's back, man. The QB1 upside is huge. He returned strong in week 11, threw for 200 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. His passer rating was at 133.5. My guy was locked in. That's a dominant performance in his return. He was confirmed the starter by Shanahan. He trusts him. The job is firmly in his hand. Mac Jones is the backup. And this 49ers offense is loaded. They got McCaffrey, Kittle, Ayuk, and Pearsall if he gets healthy. He plays in an elite system. He's elite at reading defenses. He's quick with the anticipation, sharp with the throws. His accuracy in the deep shots, man, that touchdown to Kittle was beautiful. He just has a strong history when it comes to these type of matchups, man. Divisional games produce points. Purdy thrives in these crunch time games. Add him now. Do not wait. Secure your QB1 today. Now going into another quarterback on this list is we're going to talk about Jacoby Brissett, who's rostered at 22%. And man, Jacoby Brissett is hot, and his QB1 upside is just too real right now. Their starting job is secured. Week 11, he went insane. He completed 47 passes. That was an NFL record. He threw for 452 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 picks. He's a high-end fantasy QB. He has top 12 finishes 4 straight. That means he's been up there. He's providing a lot of fantasy points. And he has consistent production guaranteed. He has a strong connection with his receivers, Trey McBride, Wilson, and then when Harrison comes back, this can be money. He's efficient, man. He has low interceptions. His matchup proof every single week. Even against tough defenses, man, he shows up. He's steady. He's reliable when he plays, and the volume in the passing attack is too good to be true. And he has a high ceiling, a safe floor. Add Brissett now. Lock in another QB1 for your team. Now I'm going to talk about a few tight ends on this list. We're going to talk about A.J. Barner, who's rostered at 16%, and he's been hot, man. He's just been consistent. Week 12, you got to add him. He's an elite tight end option. In week 11, he had his career best. 10 catches, 77 yards, 11 targets. Huge workload, man. Like I said, that's consistent. He had 11 targets, 10 catches. He's going to have a more expanded role. He was on the field 82% of the snaps. He ran routes on 40 dropbacks, and the coaches trust him fully. He took over the tight end 1 role. Arroyo got left behind. He is a primary red zone target. 4 touchdowns already this season. No injury concerns. He's healthy, and he's ready to shine. And he does have high volume opportunity ahead. He's great at blocking. He's great at his routes. He's strong in the run game, and he's fluid in the passing game. He's a two-way. The two-way value is just too rare there. Add him confidently. He has a high ceiling, a safe floor. And the Seahawks are passing a lot, even if Sam Darnold is not throwing the best passes out there, throwing picks. Barner is fantasy ready. Now another tight end on the list. We're going to talk about Juwan Johnson, who's rostered at 58%. A lot of people might have forgot about Juwan Johnson because he had a bye week, but still, you have to add him. He's been elite. He's going to have a massive post-bye upside. He's a clear tight end 1 for the squad. He's second in team in targets. The Saints trust him heavily. And dude, he's had 7+ looks quite often. He's top tier in route running. He's on 81% of the routes, and he's reliable every single week. He's getting 10+ PPR points on lock, and that's just rare for tight ends to have that kind of safety. He's got strong QB chemistry no matter who the QB is. Tyler Shuck, however you want to call it, has a connection with Juwan Johnson. They had a real connection in college, and back then, that's when Juwan Johnson was getting 61 yards per game on average back in college. And as of lately, man, Juwan Johnson has been a touchdown machine. He has 4 scores in 5 games, man. He's the Gettysburg Address. He has had 4 straight tight end 1 weeks. He has elite red zone usage. The Saints are on bye now. If you can grab him early, that's the secret sauce even before the waiver wire because, man, his playoff schedule is going to be super juicy. Juwan Johnson can be super sneaky down the stretch. Juwan Johnson is that guy. Now, my only kicker on this list is going to be Jason Myers, who is rostered at 66%. And you need to add Jason Myers because he's a reliable fantasy kicker. He's a part of a high-volume offense, and the Seahawks score quite often. Lots of field goals, strong leg as a kicker, long-range threat is active. He's got 50+ yards in his bag, and his ceiling remains huge. His accuracy is elite as well. He's over 80% on consistency. His PATs is perfect for the season, man. He has 33 extra points in 5 games this season. He has scored over 10 fantasy points. In week 11, he scored 14 points. The team relied on him heavily. They couldn't get anything else going. And he has a favorable matchup in week 12. The Titans defense is just weak sauce. And the opportunities are going to be there. Start him confidently. Add him off the waiver wires. 66% is quite low for the number 2 kicker in fantasy football. Don't sleep on this guy, man. I do have 2 more elite pickups. It's going to be defense and special teams. We're going to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are rostered at 58%. And they are a top-tier fantasy squad. They have a ferocious pass rush. TJ Watt leads in pressure and sacks. Quarterbacks are under attack, and the quarterbacks are under distress, and they're always stressed. Bars. And the Steelers have been turnover machines. They got fumbles, picks, high weekly ceiling, and big plays expected. The matchup advantages are strong. They can be facing the young Bears. Caleb Williams is quite shaky, and in week 11, they exploded 22 fantasy points. They had 2 defensive touchdowns. In week 12, they're a top streaming option and high upside play. Do not wait, man. This can be a lock and loaded defense for the rest of the season. And the last elite pickup for the defense, special teams, and this list is going to be the Las Vegas Raiders, who are rostered at 3%. They're going to be high upside streaming play. They got a favorable matchup here. The Browns quarterback is also weak sauce. It's going to be a rookie under center. The turnovers are going to be expected, and they got a strong defensive line. Max Crosby, he is a pressure monster. He's just monstrous. Sacks and the chaos. The QB is going to be forced to make mistakes. And this is going to be explosive turnover potential. The points from the defense is going to be fantasy scoring upside. And if you didn't know, Browns scored 0 touchdowns offensively, and they only got 187 yards. They did a drive-by on nobody. And so the Raiders do play tonight, Monday Night Football. If you can snag them beforehand so you get a jump on the waiver wire to play them against the Browns, you'll be winning. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be a low-scoring output for next week. When you have a low-scoring game, the defense is going to eat. Week 12, those were my elite waiver wire ads. And don't forget, like, comment, subscribe if you like this breakdown. If you need more recommendations, I'm going to put out my raw rankings list next, where I talk about people who have been skyrocketing off my rankings. And yeah, tune in. Come kick it with the playlist. And I'll catch y'all next time. Until then, fantasy on repeat. Jimsy's out. Peace.